In your last adventure, our heroes delve deeper into the shaman's chambers, uncovering a valuable clue. They discovered that the shaman has been guarding a book describing how to lower the protective barrier to the sacred area of the lair in the event something were to happen to him. This process required a special potion known as a Spirit Conclave Brew, which must be consumed while standing outside of the sealed doors. But there's more. The character must be wearing the shaman's amulet, socketed with the heart of the Lizard King to complete the ritual. Now, eager to explore further, the party moved on and stumbled upon a room filled with nightstone skimmer birds kept in cages. But before they could investigate further, they were ambushed by 2 lizardfolk guards on patrol. The fight was fast and furious. The first lizardfolk lunged at Fancy, landing a vicious bite, while the second one fired an arrow that stuck in Finwick. I guess stuck Finwick hard, but I misread that. But either way, however, when the heroes struck back, they wasted no time, and in a matter of seconds, both the lizard folks were taken down, and the party freed the caged nightstone skimmers, releasing them to fly free. They even took 4 of the bird eggs, knowing that these would come in handy later. Their exploration continued, leading them into a pen filled with citrine snappers, which are those sea turtles, essentially. And there were some narrow tunnels that were carved into the cave walls. Talbot and Arkin came up with a clever plan to lure out a dangerous Crotaclaw, with Talbot using Druidcraft to mimic the sound of sheep, and Arkin adding in the sounds of and scent of livestock. Their ploy worked. The Crotaclaw burst from one of the tunnels, hungry and ready to attack. It lunged at Arkin, slashed him with his jagged claws, and followed up with an acid-laden bite that would have been fatal, if not for Fancy's quick reaction with his silvery barbs. Seizing the opportunity, the party unleashed a barrage of attacks, crossbow bolts, eldritch blast, strikes, and martial arts, and sorceress powers until the monstrous insect was no more. And then you gathered up 2 vials of acidic ichor. Pressing onward, the party found an empty eating area, followed by a food storage area where 2 shorter, lesser imposing lizard folk that are not children were at work. Wasting no time, they quickly subdued these lizard folk. And then you came to a food preparation area where 2 more of these less than formidable lizard folk were trying to hide. After a bit of a conversation, you knocked one out and intimidated the other one into sharing some information. You learned the location of the heart of the Lizard King and where you might find some luminescent algae. So with that, you let that last remaining lizard folk go free. You passed by an eerie area that was shrouded in an unnatural green fog that whispered with draconic voices, though you did notice that piles of treasure were within that room. But you chose to leave it undisturbed for now, pressing further. Then you came across a strange set of pathways that led north. Upon closer inspection, you discovered that these paths were trapped with necrotic magic. Talbot took a bit of damage, but with sharp eyes and quick wits, you navigated the remaining paths. Jade marked the path with some crossbow bolts, ensuring that if you need to backtrack. Now finally, the path opened into the Temple of the Lizard Lord, where they found a large statue of a powerful lizard folk surrounded by looming pillars. After careful investigation, you devised a plan to avoid direct contact with the statue. You backed off as Arkin was going to use his telekinesis to pull the heart of the Lizard King from within its place in the statue. There you go. Now you're caught up. Bit of a mouthful.
Great.
We did a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. But it's good. All right, so we'll pick up here, and where we left off, Arkin was using his telekinesis, and he, with his mind powers, he then begins to remove this purplish stone from the heart location of the statue. The moment it pulls out, I would like, who is it? Talbot and Jade and Fancy, and I'll also say Finwick you, but Finwick I'll give you advantage because you're just on the cusp of it. But everybody else will need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Wait, so everyone you said, so everyone except for Arkin and Zaylen?
Correct, except Finwick. Okay. Finwick gets advantage because he's just on the edge.
Alright, dex saving throw. Advantage.
Not good.
Well, you roll a 1 and a 17 there.
Oh, wait, I just gotta double check something.
The thing is, with advantage, you never know what would have been your original roll, right, Steve? It's like, would the 1 have been the original or the 17?
Oh, it would have been the 1, obviously. This campaign.
Oof, I rolled low. 11.
Okay, well, the DC was only 12. It wasn't too high. So this is what's happening. So those who are failing, what happens is the moment it is removed, there's just immediately like a quick rumble of an earthquake that only lasts for probably 3 seconds. Just long enough, some kind of magical trigger happens. And this statue right here and this one here begins to topple and fall in your guys' directions. So that's why I gave Finwick advantage, because you're on the very tip, right? It's only like if a bit of debris or something would fly in your way because it's falling in this direction. And these two are falling on you. So Jade and Talbot, unfortunately, were not able to move out of the way, whereas Fancy and Finwick were able to make a quick sidestep or flutter or whatever you want to do as this pillar and this pillar crumbles over and tries to crush you. Well, in this case, it did crush 2 people for some damage. You suffer this. Each of you take 6 damage. I had Finwick selected. I apologize. But 6 damage. That's pretty heavy damage.
Evil.
Oh, so yes, as it crumbles down, so Talbot and Jade, you're unable to get out of the way. Talbot, you're kind of pinned up against a wall with a bunch of like by it essentially, and when it hits, it kind of like breaks off a piece that comes down and cracks Jade in the head. And but other than that, the rumble dissipates.
I'm gonna run over.
Go ahead.
And try to help uncover them or get them up.
Yeah, I'm also the same.
All right.
Brother, one must have struck you in the throat. You sound horrible.
Yes. Right in the throat. Don't worry.
I love it. Right away. You got a good narrative reason why your voice is different.
Yeah.
It crushed your
Windpipe
juggler.
was crushed.
It crushed my windpipe.
Oh, wonderful.
I love it.
With Zalen pushing and Finwick pulling, you're able to shove Talbot out of there. He's not trapped in there. With your support, you'll be able to get him out. You do notice that Arkin, like, he witnesses everything that happens, but he still was able to hold on with his telekinesis, and he pulls the object to him. Now, I will share you said image, because I don't think I've given you guys an image.
Ooh. Shiny.
That is what is now floating in front of Arkin. And he says, well, who's going to take it? And I wonder, is it safe to touch? And as he floats in front of him, I'm going to get him to roll his Arcana, I assume. I assume if anyone else wants to roll any other checks, he's going to just look it over.
Can I touch it?
I'll assist him.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to assist him? Okay. Well, with you both eyeing it up and having a good look, you're both pretty confident that there's no magical effect associated with this that seems dangerous. It does contain some form of magic within, though. So you're a little apprehensive at first, but looking at the colors as they swirl, you're just like, that's you just get that general impression that it should not be harmful.
Am I able to flutter up, like, on the opposite side of it and just reach out one finger and just touch it?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I do.
You fly
Middle
up.
finger, touch.
You touch, and other than it being a sharp point at the end, it's actually warm to touch, which is strange for a just say stone, But other than that, nothing else happens.
It's warm.
Oh.
Odd.
I'm gonna ask Jade. Actually, walk up to Jade. You look hurt. Would you like me to attempt to slow the bleeding?
If you could, that'd be great.
Do you have any hit dice left?
I do.
What do you roll?
Ooh.
Should be a D8.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it should be a D8 for Artificer.
Ah.
All right. If you want to cross one off, I will do that for you.
Very tricky to cross one off.
In your mind? Oh, well, that didn't work too well. About
No.
3.
Gross.
At least it
Better
adds,
than nothing.
It adds your proficiency, at least. Okay.
Something.
Would you like me to heal you, or do you want to do it there, Jade?
Oh, I can do it.
Perfect. Okay. Just, you go ahead. So what is it you did? You used your healer kit, right? With your
I used my battle medic ability, but I used one use of my healer kit, which I'm just breaking off now.
Yeah, both your and Zalen's healer kits are coming in handy, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to keep picking them up. But it's not meant to be like a healer spell or anything. It's just meant to, clean you up a little bit.
I love it.
Bring
It's
back
fine.
the
They finally brought like medical kits and first aid into D&D, like essentially, with a good in-game effect other than just stabilizing the dying, Very well. So, is anyone going to grab the gem? If not, Arkin will take it. But you guys
Feels like an Arkin thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, it's a fancy token.
I just wanted to touch it.
Oh, okay.
She poked it.
Yeah. I just poked it.
All right. Well, with that, he flies it and then like holds out one of the pockets in his robe and just telekinetically drops it into his pocket without touching it. And that is that.
So what was the ingredients again that we needed? So it was...
I think we just need the algae now.
Right.
Right.
All right. Let's. Is there anything else in this cave? This doesn't look like much else in here besides that.
Can you refresh my memory? They told us where to go. Was it 5 lefts or 5 corridors down, and this one was 2 or 3?
And he mentioned it was as west as far as we go. So like
Right.
we go through the trap tunnel, and then we keep going west.
Perfect. I didn't remember. Thanks.
Now we marked the trapped path, so
Yeah.
we're just gonna go down any which way, but we're taking the non-trapped way. GM.
Yeah, for sure. So if you want to just run everybody down in a straight line for now, and your light source is going.
Oh shoot! Did I do my light?
Oh shit! Now I have to keep track of Johnny's lights in addition to my other stuff. All right. I think that's all of you, right? Nobody's left in the dark.
Yeah, that's all of us.
Okay. Very good. Well, you can continue on as you were.
Okay.
So, as you come here, you notice that it heads north in a large tunnel. Yeah, you probably wouldn't hear anything from here. Nah. So, all is quiet.
We hear water.
You can roll perception.
I can see something. So I'm not sure if that's because of the light source or not.
Oh, I don't see anything.
Oh,
Might be you.
I
see
also see something, yeah.
Well,
I will roll perception because I can see
do.
something.
Sorry, I was zoomed in too
down
much.
there.
well,
But,
that's fine.
I know.
I clicked on to get your point of view. So, yeah, you don't hear it, but you can see something up there that's kind of.
Oh,
Very good.
All right, Zalen, with that, I will say you hear the faint trickle of moving water to the far west, but you also hear some light, far off coming from the north.
I'll stop and I'll say, looks like there's water running down that way, but there's something, a creature or something, up to our north.
Water is a good place to find algae.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go towards the water.
We have to keep in mind from behind us then, because we'll know something's coming.
As long as we're quiet, should be good.
I'm a player now. Controlling lights and stuff. Oh my! You know what's funny? When I very first started RPGs, where I only ever had like one player when I was like a little kid, and I was the GM. I would always make a NPC in the party, so there was two of them, and I always had a player. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I haven't done that in such a long time. All right. So, well, look where we are now.
I see a glowy thing, so I walk towards it.
For sure. Okay. So in here, as you step in, before you is a pool of clear blue water with a faint blue residue floating on the surface. Dark blue mushrooms with light blue trim glow gently, bobbing and swaying in the water. A slight breeze drifts in from the tunnel where the stream flows into the pond, adding a bit of tranquility to this area. Also, the ceiling extends upward into darkness.
This is your area of expertise. Is this what we're looking for?
Can I make a nature check to figure out stuff about the mushrooms and algae here?
You certainly can. Decent.
Yeah, boy.
Nice check.
All right. Well, with confidence and the description that was written down by Arkin and looking at the crude paintings in the book and with your knowledge, now you rolled before to see if you knew anything about luminous algae. You did not. You failed that check back when you asked me last session. But with this roll, you can clearly see that I will let you know now that you're examining them up close. These are definitely the algae you're looking for. In addition, looking at it and smelling it, also you get the impression that this algae, not so much the algae contains obviously alchemical properties, right? But with that nature check, I'm going to let you know that as you're looking at these mushrooms and algae in the water, there's something not. It's like half nature effect in an odd way, but also a little bit of like arcane mixed in with it. So a little bit of unnatural nature, if that makes sense. Unnatural is technically on nature, right? That's the whole word.
Okay, so like from my expertise, I can see there seems to be something unnatural about it, but I can't tell what. So maybe I'll share that just to see if anyone else might be able to figure out what the missing component I can't figure out is. If anyone wants to make like an arcane check.
Yeah, because as you
Possibly our wizard.
So yeah, because like as you're looking at the water, as I mentioned, it's got like this thick film floating through it, and it kind of glows. Both the water and the algae kind of glows, so it's not quite natural, but there's something up with just the water itself as well. But okay, sure enough, he's going to step up. Anybody else want to come up? Anybody else good with Arcana?
I'll come up.
All right, you come up and chuck a roll.
I don't think Zalen can spell Arcane.
Too much blood loss.
was a lot. I could barely stuff it.
Well, Jade, you're not picking up on what the magical essence is of this water. Arkin looks at it and says, this water, as far as I can tell, has healing properties. However, I'm not sure to what extent. Interesting. As he's like analyzing it. It essentially mentions that as far as he's concerned, this should be some type of healing pond. However, there's a little...
I'm gonna put my hand in.
There's a little more to it than that, but he can't quite put his finger on it.
I'm gonna put my hand in.
Okay. You dip your hand in. It's kind of just cool, refreshingly cool. No other effect.
Does my 1 hit point restore?
Oh, you're down a hit point? Oh, you are.
Yeah, I was like, should we chuck Jade in?
Oh, so with 1 hit point, it doesn't say barely injured. I guess you need 2 hit points to be barely injured.
That's me.
I think it's under, yeah. I think it's like 98% or under or something. No, but it does not.
Okay.
You did not heal
So
1.
do not chuck Jade in.
I'll take a sip of the water. I'll just sort of cup some and just take a small sip.
Okay. You drink the glowing filament water. All right.
I have my hand on one of my darts waiting for something to come up and grab them.
All right. You can roll and restore 2d4 hit points, Talbot.
Ooh.
Or
Want me to give them to you?
I can do it.
All right. You gain +4. So you drink it, and then you kind of, everyone's watching you as you drink it, I assume.
Yeah, like I'll drink it. I guess everyone's sort of watching to see what happens, start convulsing or anything. But yeah, no, I do it. They sort of see like some of the wounds, just sort of heal on me, like some of the scratches. And be like, seems fine. Throat's still parched though, surprisingly.
Work as a lozenge.
It's an aggravated wound. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, Arkan has no damage on him, so he's just like, well, it seems so.
I'll take a drink if my brother didn't die.
He did not die.
I did not die.
Who else is drinking?
I'll also take a drink.
All right, anyone who drinks can take a 2d4, sorry.
All right, I'm just going to heal my 2, because...
Yeah. Now,
Math.
I'm going to attempt to do it again. I don't expect it to work, but it would make sense if my character would try it again.
Oh no.
Did you drink from it, Fancy?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so it goes down nice and cool. Talbot, you can roll 2d4 as you heal.
Again?
Again, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Too excited about this. We are going to die.
Yeah, something bad is going to happen.
As you gain 5 hit points,
Okay.
but as you drink from it, you notice that your fingers and your throat, I guess, start to feel numb, like a numbness. You just start to lose the nerves and the touch, the feel, as if, just numb. And with that, you just start shaking like somebody who was caught in like a frigid cold. Like you just start going into a bit of a shake. Now you can still stand and still function, but you got the very bad shakes in addition to feeling numb.
Yeah, like as I sort of noticeable, I sort of started smacking my lips, sort of like my mouth went a bit numb, and I'm sort of like rubbing my fingers like, oh, I don't recommend taking more than the 1 sip. Doesn't go down quite as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can get some of that allergy now that I sort of like drank that. It's still sort of smacking my lips, not really sort of feeling it there. Like I sort of lost my sense of taste for a bit.
You go over to a
Is he
piece
still
of...
convulsing?
Yeah, he's like shaking like somebody who's like freezing cold. But technically you're not feeling cold, but it's just that kind of level of shakes, you know. In addition, you kind of like kneel down next to some algae and you're like shaking a lot and you reach out to touch it and like you can't, your fingertips, you just don't have any feeling sensation in your fingers.
Yeah, Talbot's being stubborn about it, and he probably doesn't realize how bad he looks, but everyone else, you just see him just quivering as he's doing this.
You don't look
as-
alright.
If that happens, Alan just wants to come over. Do you mind if I just check you out?
Oh. I mean, if you must.
I want to see if I can, like, something I've seen before.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a medicine check, I guess.
I think I'd be better at these, but I'm really
Oh, are you kidding me?
not.
Okay. I'm gonna say with a 2. No, you've seen other people have similar shakes or numbness sensations, but for other reasons, right? Like so, you know, you've seen that kind of thing on the battlefield or whatever, but for other types of war-related things. But
Does it look like to me like it's like almost like a poison? Like how your strengths can go numb from like a poison?
with a 2, I'm gonna say you're not too sure.
yeah.
It is possible, though. Like general knowledge, it's possible that you could drink something or eat something bad that would just cause you to have like almost a reaction to it. So
Yeah, so with my own background, would I be able to make a self-diagnose like myself with medicine just to be able to like, wait, this sort of feels like whatever, because I mean, it is something I deal with.
yeah, sure. As a ranger, I'm sure you've ate some berries in the woods just to see what effects they had or something.
Yeah.
I would like to assist in this. I have
Okay.
proficiency in a herbalism kit, and I should be able to identify plants and help with antitoxins and stuff. So
Yeah, so should I roll with my herbalism kit or medicine in this case?
I'll let you roll your choice, and you can roll with advantage as the two of you are close together, looking over your and diagnosing.
I'll do a medicine check. So let's see. So I'll do advantage. Good roll.
1 and a 16. Okay, with that, you feel like it's effects that could happen from poison for sure, or various things, or like an allergic reaction to something. You don't feel like it's that though. You feel like this is some kind of almost like magical effect that lingers over it.
Okay. I guess in a biological sense, it's almost like this healing pond almost acts like additional white blood cells, but too much of it starts to attack the body.
Well, that's where your medicine brain with a 21 goes, yes.
Yeah, I think that's where Talbot's thinking more. He's less magic and more science.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, it could be the magic that's inducing the white cells. So, yeah.
Okay. So he'll note that. Says like, I think it's just a lingering effect. Nothing too serious. Let's just get our algae, and then we can move on.
Just be careful.
And after about a minute or so, it goes away.
Okay.
Your shaking goes away and the numbness goes away.
Does anyone have an empty vial? Should we take some of it? Not to drink, perhaps, but to have.
I have several vials, so I'll take at least one vial of it.
Soon I'm going to wonder how many extra vials you've had in the kit, because you've used, how many so far? You've taken 2 things of acid, and was there something else? Let's see, you took eggs.
I got blood.
Yeah, you got a vial of
I got blood and venom,
Yeah.
and now, yeah.
So it's fine. This will be your 5th. If you're taking 1 or 2, how many of these are you taking?
I'm only taking 1.
I'll say you had a total of 7 extra vials. So you've used however many so far.
Yeah.
Let's keep in mind you had 7 empty vials, I guess, in your
Yeah.
kit.
Well, here's the thing. I do have like several kits that include vials.
Oh, do you? Okay, so it's all
Yeah.
good. All right.
I have alchemist supplies.
Makes sense. You just got empty potion bottles all over your body.
Yeah,
apparently.
so this is why I have everything on hand to make a potion if I need to, so that includes various vials and that.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Well, how many of these are you taking? Based on what Jade said.
Well, based off what you said, I'll take 2. So I'll just sort of add something here.
Just add a note to potions of, you can call it healing pond water if you want, or whatever. Call it whatever you want.
Call it bog water and put it in your bag.
Healing bog water.
In quotes, yeah. Okay. I would now like everyone to roll perception. What we got? What we got? We got a 7 and a 13. Somebody rolled an 8, but it didn't. Oh, there it is. None.
No, and only a 12.
Zaylen is staring at the mold. Talbot,
Arcane.
none of these are high. Oh, okay.
You gonna roll for our magician?
I will.
Oh, yes, roll for Arcane.
His -2 perception coming right up.
Thank you.
The safest.
But thank you for reminding me. Okay. With that, you, none of you hear anything yet. Continue on as if you were normal.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see how much of that algae we need.
Do you need me to tell you?
I should have it here, but you can just let me know.
I would just need to find where it is. Let's see. All the ingredients, all it said was just to mash a luminescent algae in with it.
Oh, okay.
So you just basically need one of the big mushrooms, and you're gonna have to work that into the potion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and we're also going to need a vial of 9 ounces of water as well. So, I mean, I'll need to get that much water from here anyway. Just remember that.
When he says that, I'll take my water skin out, dump it out, and fill it.
Now, okay, you dump that out and fill it. However, it's probably pretty unlikely you have a 9-ounce empty vial or even a 9-ounce vial on you. I'll let you give Derby a chance though, because it needs precisely 9 ounces. What do you say are the odds of that? What do you think are the odds of your character having precisely a 9-ounce vial?
Who, me?
What are typical vials?
And I guess because these vials are, I'm picturing they're more like empty magic potion bottles and stuff, so they're probably not labeled that says I don't know, 3 ounces, 4 ounces, 5 ounces. Are they as in you could fill it up halfway and it'd be 4?
Well, I mean, I would say that my character is familiar with measuring, because once again, as I said, he is proficient with alchemist supplies and that, so he does brew things, so I feel he has a good idea of that. So, I mean, I can make a skill check based off my alchemist supplies proficiency just to see if I can measure it out appropriately.
Sure. Go for that. Because what I'm saying, it calls for precisely 9 ounces.
Yeah. So I feel, so I'll roll a check based off my alchemist supplies.
And as described in the book, it had a weird bulbous, weird shaped vial, and it showed exact line of where to fill it up on this weird shaped vial. And obviously you don't have that weird shaped vial.
Yeah, we don't have the weird vial, so let's see if I can measure it out. So.
Sure.
Oh, that's a good roll.
All right. You are proficient at measuring exactly 9 ounces in a vial. Well, it's working out that you guys are a bunch of herbalists for this adventure, I gotta say. So
I feel Talmud is doing so much in this adventure. I need someone else to do something. I feel like I'm hogging everything.
no.
I'm not a nature human being. I can't help you.
I need to get to a city where I suck.
Hey, it's all good. Everybody got to have their claim to fame, and The adventure was made before any of you even thought of your character concepts. So, except for Steve. I'm sure his was done 10 years ago.
It's been done for a while, but yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, perfect. You got all that. You guys continuing on or doing anything else here?
I think we've got everything now. I'm just looking through. Yeah, so we have everything the recipe called for. So we can try to make our way backtrack to the original chamber, and then I can try to mix this up.
Alright. Let's head out there.
Unless anyone wants to do more exploration.
Well, we're only here for one thing, and we had a deadline to get back to the ship.
It's true.
Okay, so let's go back to the glowing doors.
Okay. Which way are you heading? I'm just moving some of John's lights here.
I guess we'll take the way we know. Like, it might loop around here somewhere, but let's, I guess, take the familiar route.
Okay. Can't move the lights fast enough. You're all too fast. All right.
If you drag a square,
Brother, wait.
Stop. All right, stop there. Everybody, just kind of group up roughly here as you're all making your way down. All right, so you're all making your way back. And with this, now, since you went here, this will call for another perception test because of the choice you just made. So
Yeah,
if everyone
we're not being stealthy, so...
everyone, if you wouldn't mind rolling up another perception test.
I'm being stealthy by default if I'm keeping pace with you.
True.
Oh, some good rolls, some bad rolls.
Yeah.
So, at this
go?
point, I'm gonna say, and it's just like last time. I had a 15 plus in mind. So we got Zalen and
I don't see your roll, Jade.
Talbot. I do. It's 11.
Oh, perfect. Okay, as long as you see it.
Yeah, I see it there, too.
All right, so Zalen and Talbot, as you guys are all hastily moving along here, you hear coming from up this. Oh, let me ping. Coming up from up this direction. Can you see where I'm pinging?
Yep.
You hear voices, draconic voices, speaking in draconic. And I'll just translate because Arkin would probably translate for you anyways. But after he quickly translates, he didn't get it. Oh, I didn't roll for him, but he sucks.
Roll.
He
just to
sucks.
see.
He sucks with perception. But no, he didn't get it. So he wouldn't actually have heard it. So all you hear is just like, I can't do it. Well, I don't know what draconic would sound like, but it's essentially, like go go go, go 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 go. Like a bunch of communication between at least 2 or 3 people talking in draconic, with a bit of like panic in their voice. So the 2 people who heard that were Talbot and Zalen.
Yeah, like, as I hear it, like, just where Finn's in front of me, I'll sort of get him to stop and just point out, just hearing the, sounds like the lizard folk ahead, but don't know what they're saying.
We can backtrack, try to loop around, or we can fight. Seems like they're gonna look for us anyway.
We don't know where the other path takes us. What say the rest of you?
We fight them now, or they ambush us. Ambush us at the door. Those are our options.
Okay. So we fight.
Okay.
Okay. All right then. So, what's your plan? I'll give you guys. You essentially got probably 2. You're guessing, not sure. At least 2 rounds before, something happens. Is there anything you wanted to do to prepare? I guess you're just plunkering down here in the hallway. Is that the plan, or like what? So.
Well, we
Create
might
a
just
wall?
charge.
Or
Well,
charge
they
forward.
probably see our light anyway, so I guess we'll just charge forward. Unless someone else wants to try something else.
I could run up get their attention, pretend I'm afraid, and run back here. When I get here, you guys can be ready to take them out.
Okay.
Is there like anything we can like hide behind here, or is it just like an open hallway?
What's this hallway up here?
It's a pretty open hallway.
So I'm gonna pop my head here for a sec. We have this fork.
And you notice something now, Finwick. I'm sure you can see from your point of view, maybe. I don't know. Can you? Let's see.
I do see something, yeah.
Okay. So, what you have here... Okay. What you happen to see here now, the area ahead of you appears to be a holding cell for prisoners. A large cage with thick metal bars holds a lizard folk who is slumped over and barely acknowledging you as you approach. Scattered throughout the room are several shackles and chains attached to the ground. There's a few buckets filled with rotted slop and like dirty water and that kind of thing lies abandoned on the floor. And that's all you can see from your point of view for now.
I'm gonna come back and say, I found a distraction. A holding cell. We released the prisoners. Tell them we cleared the way. Send them that way down the tunnel. They start a fight. We can go around or we can join.
I like it.
Quickly, before we're discovered. Up in this
And now
area.
at this point you can hear the voices get closer because by the time you went up and came back, they had got closer. And as you guys are rushing up here, Arkin can decipher what they're saying because now you all can clearly hear it. As the voices are getting louder. And Arkin relays to you, it says, it's a patrol party. Apparently they know there's intruders in here and they're doing a sweep.
Up here in the cell. Oh, there's somebody to the right. Insert posse.
We have left Fancy behind into the dark. I'll describe a little more as you all rush up into here. Now what you see is shackled to the eastern cave wall is an elven female, short blonde hair, clad in rough, dirty, dark-toned green commoner clothing, and she looks up at you with wide desperation in her eyes. And yeah, she's shackled up here. All right, so as you all rush up into here as well, now the one in the cage looks up at you all. It looks completely exhausted, defeated, wore out, malnourished, everything. It's just sitting there like barely enough strength to lift its head to look at you all as you rush in. What are you guys doing now? Make your decisions quick because I'm going to do something.
I'm just walking up to the person who's shackled. Does she look like she's dead or recently captured?
No, she's well alive. She's looking up at you like with a state of panic and desperation in her eyes, and she's like, you, save me, set me free, please, these monsters.
Does it have a pincer party green cloak?
Yeah, as I mentioned, she is wearing dark tone green commoner clothing.
Who are you?
My name's Feanor. Feanor, these monsters captured me. You gotta get me out of here. I'll pay you whatever I have.
Why are you here?
I was exploring the island with my friends, and they killed my friends, and now they captured me.
Well, that's good. We're glad we found you. Well, and I'll look over to Finwick, and I'll say, and I'll kind of like give him kind of like a slight wink, and I'll turn back and I'll say, it was part of our mission. We're trying to recover the everyone that the lizard folk took. There's a party outside. We're gonna have to rally and meet up with them. We'll let you go.
Really? You'll let me go?
You know where the key is?
You're referring to the key to her shackles? Oh, she's like totally shackled up. She says, No, they took it. They have it. Surely some of you can break this, or, I don't know, pick the lock or something.
Is that like Arkin's thing?
With that, I'm going to say you guys are having a bit of a conversation and stuff here. Now, I know you hastily moved in there. Nobody quite said that you were trying to stealth, and some of you were in blatant open, so I'm just wondering, was there any stealth going on here, or are you just kind of rushing in there and setting up? What was the plan? Because there was a conversation.
Plan was to rush in here out of sight.
Okay.
And then possibly to release these people. But that's as far as we got. Alright. Come in, get around the corners. If they have archers, it'll force them to come in the room.
Okay. So come up around here.
Okay.
Put the light sources over the... Just spread out your light sources so that there is a light in here. They will come to investigate. Chances are they wouldn't have passed the room anyway. We'll have to take them from here.
Is this a good setup, you think? Just have two balls of light floating up here, which I'm sure will distract anybody who goes by.
Yep.
Yeah.
This looks good?
Yeah.
Stay hidden.
And I'll hold a
And
cantrip.
I'll just look back at the missus and say, keep quiet and you might survive this.
She just nods. She's like at your mercy here now, so she's going to do whatever you say.
Yeah, I want to take the hide action if there's anything I can hide behind.
There's
Yeah, is there a stealth we can do or a hide we can do? I don't want them to see us as they come in until they get in the room. I don't want any archers sticking back.
Sure, go ahead. And anyone who is like seeking a place to hide up against the wall, in the crevices, behind some of the boulders, like Arkin will probably just get way over here somewhere. I guess everyone's going to try to roll stealth, so let's just roll up ourselves, see how well everybody's hidden.
God, roll like shit.
Don't worry, you'll make up for it in combat. All nat 20s, fancy. All nat
Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Overall, pretty decent. Well, I already did a secret roll for perception. Granted, it was kind of a different perception test. I was rolling for their tracking by something else. So, that said, you're all hidden. And then you hear the voices go silent. And then everything goes quiet. Everything is so quiet. Before, I don't know who got line of sight, but
I can see them as they come up through there.
okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
right here
Same here.
is
Yeah.
where you'd first have sight. So remember, ambush is this technically is just they get disadvantage, right, on their initiative tracker because they're alert and coming in and expecting danger.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, as you see a group of, from your point of view so far, 3 of them coming up, we would all roll initiative. Just let me get you into combat tracker first. And before you roll, please. But I'm going to give them disadvantage because you have prepared an ambush. Pretty nice. Another thing I forgot to mention was, I think I'm going to give you guys, at the beginning of the game, I was going to give you all inspiration back. Because I think you did a lot of good role-playing in the first 3 sessions. So if you'd all like to take some inspiration back.
Just added it on.
How do we take it back?
You just
Oh.
check it off on your main
A little
character.
thing next to your level.
It's like a-
Yeah,
Me.
just a little star.
Oh, I found it. Thank you.
Is everybody in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you? Yes. Okay.
And now we roll.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of people have already rolled, but by all means. Disadvantage, and disadvantage.
Oh wait, at disadvantage?
No, only me.
No,
No,
they are
no.
rolling at
Oh,
disadvantage.
sorry. Oh, okay.
I don't know how my people
Gotcha.
rolled, but looks like they rolled pretty shitty. Oh, the only one who didn't roll yet is Arkin, so let's roll him. He rolled well. Right at the top again. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, plus he has alert, I think, so he's pretty. I think he has alert. I can't remember. All right, so let me just quickly switch up to a little more action-packed music here. Yeah, buddy. All right. So, with that, can you guys see the full combat tracker?
Yes.
Like all the participants today? Remember that was
Just
us.
Okay. So I'm just gonna. I don't know why. I still don't know why that's
Oh,
a thing.
now we see them all.
Now
Okay,
I see them
yeah.
all. Okay. That's all. I care.
Dazzling Chris Warrior. Professional Chris Warrior. I love these names.
Yeah.
He's dazzling.
Yeah, some of these come up. It has a dictionary of 1,000 random like words or whatever, and it just pulls from it. And some of them don't make any sense. I've had to rename a few that was like Parliament the Chris Warrior. So I was like, what?
They have their own like
Obviously.
little personalities.
Yeah, it has personalized. Yeah. All
like
right.
it.
So, with that, we will begin combat. Starting with Arkin, and since I'm controlling Arkin, he's just going to do his thing. He's going to target this one. Probably move to get in a little bit of a better position. 1, 2, 3, 4, just so there's no cover or anything. And then he's going to fire off a firebolt. Firebolt. Because when I asked him what does he normally do, and he's just like, right, attack. Normal.
Attack.
Firebolt goes through. Good. He
Oh,
rolled
that
high.
Nice.
Roll damage. Normal. Pew pew. Apply. Alright, Firebolt shoots through, barely injures him. He's got 2 more pieces of movement. He's just going to try to get a bit of cover over there. And that'll be it for Arkin. Moving on. We have Jade.
Okay, well, I'm gonna level my light crossbow
You're going to level it.
at the enigmatic one.
Oh, yeah, well, he is. They walked into an ambush. They were prepared.
And yet they weren't.
I still gave you guys a surprise round just because you kind of set up an ambush, even though they were alert, you know? But I still feel like I'll give it to you because it's cool. That's a hit. And you targeted him, yep. So, describe how you injure it after it just got blasted with a firebolt in the chest.
Yeah, I just kind of readied around the corner with my light crossbow up, and as soon as I could see him, sort of shot him in the throat. Tried to.
He's still up with an arrow, with a crossbow bolt hanging out of his throat. Anything else? Bonus or movement?
I'm gonna stay right here, just so if they come this way, they have to come through me to get to my people.
All right, fancy.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch. Don't forget the target. So you select the person, hit T.
Yes. Wait, no. Okay, he's injured. Okay, he looked like he was grayed out. That's why I was just like, wait, is he dead? All right. Attack. Normal.
A 1.
Oh, see? This is exactly why I don't want
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's it for me.
So don't worry. If I do the magic mishaps, I will let them be optional. So if you want to opt out,
You know how bad I roll, Eddie. You had to change things in Warhammer.
Yeah, I will, because that would have normally been a magic mishap. But not for you. It's totally fine.
All right, that's it for me.
Essentially, you can describe how you fumbled your spell if you want, but otherwise, that's it.
That's okay.
I'm moving on to Talbot.
Hey, I'm going to make a
I
shot.
say he just kind of ducked and it just whizzed by him.
Okay, all right. Just you're way off.
And crossbow at the injured one.
Oh, everybody focus fire. Bring them down. 15,
It's a hit.
15's enough.
I'll apply Vex if he still survives. Let's do damage.
Oh, these are not children. These are full-on to Chris warriors.
Okay.
He's badly injured.
Bonus action, going to make another attack. This is going to be with advantage now because of the Vex effect.
'Tis a hit.
That's a hit. And damage again. Ooh, nice.
That's a lot. Near death.
Oh, he's only near death. Oh, I thought it'd be enough.
So describe
yeah.
how you rock him with 2 of those.
Yeah, so sort of waiting for him to come around. I know a few attacks have gone before he can sort of... trying to take him out before he can react, but I'm just able to sort of quickly shoot off 2 crossbow bolts. But he's still there, and I'm just going to tumble back into the darkness.
Finwick, you're up. Oh, Finwick's getting in there.
Alright, I'm going up to this guy. I'm just going to quickly unarmed strike him. So I got target. Target. Push the button.
Oh, that one. That would be a melee mishap.
I'd take it. I'm going to... I got a bonus action. Just another unarmed strike. So I can just click this one again. Strike this.
Ooh, that one's a hit. So, I'm pretty sure you're going to... How many how much HP you got left? What's he got? 1. He had 1 left. Well...
Hey, it rolled tonight.
Describe how you finished that one off.
I jump, spin kick, and the bolt that was hanging in his throat from Jade, I kick through his throat.
Oh, gross.
And then I land.
Love it.
I see the guy that I'm next to. And then I'm going to come. He has a disadvantage attack of opportunity if he wants to take it.
Oh, he'll take it. Why not? Let's open him up. And he'll... to bite or to spear? I'll say he'll just poke at you with the spear. Oh, disadvantage. Oh, shit, I might have clicked normal. Okay, here we go. Disadvantage. A 3 and a 19. That's not enough.
Yeah, the spear flew after me.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, actually.
So yeah, he basically sticks a big swing at you, and with that, that's because the system probably picked up you were at range too. Maybe that's just a spear animation, but either way, very cool. Well done. That poor lead, enigmatic, the Chris Warrior. He took lead. He comes up. It's like fire bolts and crossbow bolts and eldritch blasts and monk beatdowns, but it was enough. He goes down. Now the professional, the Chris Warrior, will now act. I'm gonna roll. Let's see. He's either gonna
the dazzling one.
I'm gonna roll a D4 from left to right, with 1 being Fancy, 2 Finwick, 3 will be Jade, and 4 will be Zaylan, because he'll position himself in one of those areas. So let's see, from left to right, what do we got? A 2. Oh, that's Finwick. It's fitting, because you just ran away from him. But he's rushing into here. That's why I was going to roll for you as well, because he'd have 2 targets. And he's going to target you. I'm opening up him. He is going to do his best attack as an opener. Does a 12. It does not hit. So this one runs, dies, rolls into position, and as it does, it swings with its tail at you, trying to sweep you with a kind of jagged spike-tipped tail. But I'm assuming you leaped over it, right? With a nice dodge like that.
You do like a matrix away from the spear.
Or the tail attack.
The tail attack, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Zaylan, you're up.
I'm going to look the guy across the way, the professional Chris Warrior, and I'm going to shoot a Sorcerous Blast at him.
Come on. You can land it.
It is the spell that never
You
lands.
can do it.
I believe in you.
Yay!
Oh,
Yes? Oh, good.
come on. Roll an ace.
All right,
Most of the characters don't know what this does yet.
let's see what kind of damage I get.
Oh,
No,
Ooh, that's
the
decent.
that's the damage type. I rolled a D8.
oh
for
right.
Oh, right.
this.
That's just Mike's flavor thing.
Yeah, I remember. He just rolls to see which one it's going to be.
So this is
I know because he
poison
rolled 8
damage.
last game, and I thought he rolled like 8. Was like, oh, just the type. Never mind. I got really excited.
So poison. Okay.
2 poison damage.
Ooh.
All right. If you want to describe it, you can. Otherwise, anything special
no.
with that attack?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Now the dazzling one
Ooh, dazzling.
steps up here and is going to take aim with its bow, which means it has a lot of targets. I'm gonna essentially say it got all of you except for maybe Arkin. Arkin's got some good cover up there with rocks and crates and people between them. So it's going to be one of the rest. I'm going to go from left to right, roll d6. 6 I re-roll. Actually, I'm going to change it to a d5. There we go. And roll from left to right. 2 is Fancy. So Fancy sees you flutter in there with its short bow. It takes aim. Oh, get my character sheet out of the way.
It's a me.
14 misses. All right, arrow just whizzes by, and you do a little side maneuver, and it shoots by and whizzes by Talbot as well. and Talbot has a ducat, but otherwise, Enigmatic one is dead. All right, moving on. Arkin wanted me to conserve his spells and just use firebolts. So I feel here he's probably just going to step down here. Probably target this one, eh? Start blasting into it. Yeah. 'Tis a hit. 'Tis the damage. Oh, max damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Injured. This one just blasts it right in the side of its face, and you can see it ignites his eye, burns out one of his eyeballs. So it's running, the whole side of his face is burnt off like Two-Face style. And with that, he's just gonna reposition a little better here, get a bit more cover. And Jade, you're up.
Okay. I think I'm going to look at the Dazzlings of Chris and cast Ray of Frost on it.
Oh my. Okay. Go for it. Is that a saving throw or?
No, it's attack.
All right. Nice. 12 misses.
I'll use my inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Oh, forgot about that.
More laser beams.
Oh no.
Worse. Okay, misses.
Not meant to be. All right. You really focus up, feeling inspired by, doing such a heroic thing for the first time. But no luck. The blast just misses. And with an 11 or 12 means that this guy dodged it. So it's not that you miss. He just ducks his head and hits the wall behind him. Anything under 10, and I blame it that I have it so you miss. Anything above 10 is usually like they defended it or blocked it. So, Fancy, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna take out my blade. I'll do like a little fancy flourish, and I will attack
Like
the professional. Oh yeah. And let's go to miss.
Anime style.
You know what?
Fancy flourish.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
I love it. I give you guys inspiration. You're you go back in murder mode.
Roll.
It's all good. Use it as your do what you
A
want.
roll. That's gonna hit.
That's a hit.
And now I'm going to attack or do a damage.
Do you know what type of damage you're doing?
Wait, I can choose?
Remember with your Pact of the Blade, you get to choose a different damage types. I think it's radiant, necrotic, or psychic. I think.
Let's do psychic.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
Since it's a massive hit, if you'd like to describe how you brought him from just injured to near death with psychic sword attacks, go ahead.
All right. So what I do is I take my sword and I do this fancy little flourish and I twirl around him, and I'll take the blade and I'll kind of do precise cuts over his body, as I flit around him, and then I end up back where I'm too. So he's kind of bleeding in several different places all over his body.
Nice. I'm curious, does your sword sense, if you make it psychic, would that mean it's more like a Psylocke blade or something? Would you
Sure.
would you say
Maybe
no,
it
not,
shimmers with psychic
not just
energy or
trying to
something.
change what you did. Like I like
Yeah.
that you did. You swirled around and did a bunch of slashes, which is cool. I'm just curious, like
Yeah.
for a blade to do psychic damage, to me it feels like it would be like, I don't know.
I could probably like just channel it into the blade
Sure. Either way, it
and make it
wreaks,
shimmer and give it like
and with it wreaks havoc on his mind. And
Yeah.
he screams
He's like,
in
"Huh."
pain.
Like it.
Now that it's near death. Talbot. Oh, this guy's so
Hey.
dead. Talbot's a killing machine.
Maybe. I did not vex this guy, but I am going to take a shot at him. Let's see. Oh, got to target him first.
These two halflings got 2 attacks each. they're brutal. don't underestimate the
Oh,
both
no,
of
that
them.
first attack missed.
Well,
Unless-
man.
Unless.
Oh,
Wait,
unless.
I burned an inspiration.
I love it. I'm like, you guys get your inspiration back. Burn them all.
Why not? Wouldn't earn it back. Use it or lose it.
Oh,
man.
Okay, so I'll do that attack again. Oh, that's a lot
yeah.
better.
That'll probably
That's a hit.
should finish him, unless you roll really low. That's not
Nope.
really low.
nice.
That is, describe how you kill him with your first bolt.
Yeah, I pretty much just shoot through one of the open wounds that Fancy just left in him. So yeah, that's all I do with him. But then I'm going to scamper over here. Bonus action, going to take my second shot at Dazzling.
Dazzling.
Yeah.
His limited amount
Mr.
of
Fabulous
clothing.
down there.
His limited amount of clothing
Fabulous.
has a bunch of like fabulous, like glowing seashells on it that reflect in
That's
the
a
light.
hit.
He bedazzled his own clothes. All right.
I love it.
Oh, max damage.
Ooh, nice, man. I've been rolling max
Nice.
damage a lot with these.
Friggin' halflings.
yeah.
Friggin' halflings.
I know, the halflings are like a
All right.
lot.
These guys should just go back home.
Okay, so I do that, take a shot, and then tumble back into the darkness.
Finwick, the other halfling.
Alright, I'm gonna run up and I'm going to do an unarmed strike at this guy here.
You're gonna martial art him up. Net one again.
Man, I'm doing great. I'm inspiration this.
I've never seen you roll as bad as you have with this character.
This character is not meant to be the big fighter guy, but I'm doing it anyway. Inspiration.
There's 4 inspirations used.
Why not?
Kate has started something.
I've used mine last time. I got inspiration on top of my inspiration, which didn't do anything.
That's why you gotta use it.
Gonna do the damage on that.
Max damage again.
Oh,
Friggin'
wow.
Sixes.
The halflings are deadly.
So he's near
Okay.
death with that brutal punch.
Then I'll do my bonus action unarmed strike.
That is exactly enough to hit him.
Oh,
I know, it's just like, is it enough?
Describe
Oh,
this,
indeed.
describe how this guy went from full health and with 2 arrows and 2 punches just died in a horrible death from like 25 HP or something.
Yep, I'll when I ran up to him, I did the jump and I did like a double knees into his chest. And as I was coming down, I twist with a quick chop on the back of his, or the side of his neck, so he just goes down quick. And I land at the same time his body hits the ground.
Well. With that.
sounds so defeatist.
No, it's totally
Oh,
fine.
Eddie.
For the record, these guys individually are scaled to be stronger than your characters. They're like about equivalent of a level 3 character. But you guys just make such short work of them. It's hilarious. That being said, though, You did awesome. You felt very inspired to win this battle, which you did.
Yeah. Once you get those tables done up, I would have had a couple melee mishaps. So.
Oh my god. We
Yeah.
was in so many mishaps in this fight.
Yeah. I have the melee one down, but I don't want to introduce it till I do all of them. So I got them all made. So
Mel, I'm giving you a run for your money on one of this campaign.
Mel, you
I'll
should have
take
made a halfling.
Oh man, I know. Luck.
should have.
I feel like it's cheating. So I didn't want.
It's cheating. It's the cheater class. Because
It's cheaters for
cheater
most people, Mel. It's not for you. We would accept
Yeah.
that as normal for you.
I was like,
It's a handicap.
It's like at golf, you get a 3-1 handicap.
okay. I will say, as you do that and you fall onto the ground, you finish them off. You do hear faintly, far off, very far off, the echoes of commotion. But otherwise, continue as you were.
Go up and give my brother a high five. And
A low five, your halflings.
true, low five. Well, I guess we don't need that distraction anymore. Should we just move on?
Still might. There's something down the hall still. Find out if these ones will be useful. Arkin, we need you to interrogate the half-dead one with me, please, if you would.
Okay, yep. He goes up and assists you now with whatever you want to say or do, and he's translating for you and stuff like that. Yeah.
Ask him if he can understand us.
You say that, or well, he translates for it, and he replies, and this lizard folk replies back, and then he translates to, yes, he understands.
Why is he in this cage?
You hear they both talk briefly back and forth for a moment, and he says, let's see. He starts speaking for about 30 seconds, and then Arkin translates it back to you and says, he's explaining that he was imprisoned by his own tribe after attempting to aid a wounded outsider who washed ashore over a month ago.
Tell him how many we've killed, and ask how many and what else remains in this cavern.
So he asks, then he replies and says, there are dozens of soldiers, those capable of battle, and about a dozen that are not so ready for war.
This is a small island. What would you do with your freedom?
He replies and says, he just wants to get off of the island. His whole life has been here, and he's no longer accepted by his tribe and being tortured. He's not sure of his fate, whether they'll let him rejoin or let him rot in this cage.
Is everybody else paying attention to this conversation?
Well,
am.
you can all overhear it for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
If we,
the woman over here is like, let me free! White-haired man, please!
Zaylin has been trying to figure out how to get the locks, like get her out of the locks. She like the cuffs she's in.
Okay. It will require either some kind of strength checks to use rocks or things around to bash it open, or you'd have to pick the lock. Essentially, right? She's shackled. All her limbs and stuff are shackled to these ground shackles.
I'll turn around and just ask: is anyone good with the lockpick?
I'm checking Arkin. I think he might be.
I can. Yeah, if he can, I can.
Oh, if you can, you do it, because I don't want to play her. He's already busy over here doing this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Let a present player do something.
Exactly.
sleight of hand?
Well, actually, in this, isn't it on your main... Steve's Tools is there on your front of your sheet.
Oh, yeah, that's there too.
Yeah, I think that's what you're supposed to roll in this, aren't
Yeah, you can click the tool itself.
Okay. No, I will say, where you don't have pressure, and these are old rusty shackles, you feel like you can get it, but it's going to take maybe about 2 minutes.
That's fine. I'll take the time.
Okay. Less so like it's this thing where it's like you feel like inside part of it's like they're rusted off, so it's a bit of pain, and you got to like move one tumbler at a time, and they're half corroded from seawater and everything else and mold, and so it's like, and where you don't have the sense of pressure, the DC is not very high, so it's just going to take a lot of time. That would be a fail if
is the locks on the cage this guy's in breakable, or should I wait for a lockpick myself?
This is actually a pretty sturdy cage. Pretty well, like, in good condition.
Alright. Well, if Arkin can pick this one, well, she's picking that one, but I'd be okay if Jade wanted to come over and pick this one, too.
Well, maybe Arkin gets started. Maybe he can open it by the time she's done.
After 2 minutes, if it's not picked, I'll go over to it.
He has these tools. I'll give it a roll while he's trying to relate the conversation. Oh my god, I'm rolling amazing. I'm rolling max damage. I'm spiking every Arcana check, every Thieves check.
Oh, do we have the lizard folk's name?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I haven't asked it.
Okay.
Well, damn, with a 25, he picks it like immediately.
When the lock clicks open, I'm going to put my hand on it before it opens. I'm just going to translate this. You can follow us. We can offer you passage off of this island. If you try to backstab us in an attempt to get back with your tribe, I will kill you. Otherwise, I mean you no ill will as a captive. Your choice is yours.
And after Arkin relays it, you just see this lizard folk shake his head, takes all the energy he can to kind of shake its head to say, like, and then Arkin replies, he's saying he will not betray you. He has no interest in his tribe anymore, and he hasn't the strength to do anything but maybe walk out of here.
Stay behind us. Try not to die. What should we call you?
Oh, okay. He says, they have labeled me Lasco the Outcast.
Lasco it is.
I'm typing it in. Okay, you can spell it however you want, but that's how it's spelled. I'm looking up exhaustion. I don't know if any of you guys know it, but offhand.
Oh, I do know there's changes with exhaustion.
He has 4 levels of exhaustion in the old edition. What would that be in this one? I'm trying to look it up real quick.
This is Lasco. He betrayed his tribe by helping a survivor. If he can survive this with us, I've offered him passage.
Okay, so this was exhaustion. So for each level of exhaustion he has, for any D20 tests, they're reduced by 2 times the exhaustion level. So every D20 test is going to be reduced by 8.
Okay.
And their speed is reduced to a number of feet equal to 5 times their exhaustion level. So his speed is reduced by 20.
There you go. So he's got like 10 feet of movement and -8 to all checks. So that's the condition he's in, if you're wondering.
When
Albert,
Finwick...
give me... Oh, sorry.
That's okay. When you finish saying that, Finwick, Fancy just gives you a short nod.
Albert, one of the vials of that water, not the 9-ounce that we collected. The other one that you had. There, if you can spare it.
Of course. And just sort of like hand it over.
Well, I'm
You
going to...
know what this is?
Okay. I want to point out that I assume he's health-wise, he looks fine. I didn't know if you were planning to give it to him or anything. That's why I kind of...
The plan was to give it to him. He looks kind of beat
but
up.
I'm going to say let's say you know, he has like full hit points. I guess as you would have.
Oh.
Because he's been here like a month. being starved, essentially. So, and barely getting fed enough to get in here. So I'm assuming he would still have his HP.
But it won't help the exhaustion.
But he has, like, you can tell that, like, his body's in fine condition other than the fact that it's withering away from starvation, dehydration, lack of sleep, that kind of stuff. As opposed to it not actually, they're not whipping him or beating him, really, or anything.
Well, in that case, nix that.
Okay, that's why I wanted to interrupt you. But yeah. With that, he steps out and he says, "Be warned. The gaseous chamber to the east brings death. However, those riches are what we've hoarded up over a long period of time." With that, he just kind of like stumbles to fall in line down here. What's the rest of you guys doing? Anything else?
I'm just trying to find how to see my stuff in my pouches. I have like 10 rations. I'm gonna give him one. Just tell him to eat this as he travels.
Oh, he graciously like bows his head, takes it, and I mean he eats it like a starved. Oh.
My ration's gone nuts on my sheet. I pressed it once and then it went up to like 12. But I'm trying to make it go down to 9. Now it's at 10. It's got a mind of its own. Now it's at 9. Okay. It's just moving on its own. Oh, now it's at 8. There it goes.
What are you doing?
What is going on?
I pressed the button once. It's at 7 now. Stop eating my rations. 6.
Just
What
very
is
hungry.
happening?
My system is
5.
lagging though.
It's just going down.
I don't know.
He's losing his rations.
He's just
4.
like gorging himself on your rations.
Stop! Stop
3.
eating my
He's gonna
food.
get punched in the
I
face
said
in a
one.
minute.
I said 1.
2.
That's so funny.
That was so weird.
Just
It wasn't like
you
it
were
was just
counting
going.
them down.
You know what's funny is every week Steve has the weirdest glitches. Everybody else is fine. Steve's is just like,
Rations.
what the light bulbs are chasing him. It's
This is such a weird issue to have.
Yes, the light
They-
bulb.
the light bulbs were chasing them last week.
Oh, so funny.
Moving on.
We're just gonna gather people and make Eddie carry him around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll sort of pick up one of the spears from one of the dead ones and hand it over to Lasco. Just for him to either like defend himself or even just use as a walking stick.
He takes it and he uses it as a walking stick, but he also looks down at the short bow and quiver, and he kind of motions to you like as if can he take that as well.
I trust my brother's judgment, so I will get it for him.
All right, but you can see, I mean, it's a struggle for him to bend over and pick it up.
Yeah, that's why.
He puts it on.
You're up. It's
strap-
yours now.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about him running away or probably fighting you with -8 and 10 feet of movement. So.
Yeah, he ain't betraying us.
Yeah, he'd have to be a pretty high-level character to betray you with that. Over here, on this side, Zaylin and Jade, you pick the shackles, and they fall off, and she stands up. She's like, "Oh my god! Oh, thank you so much. Are we escaping out of here now? We getting out of here now, or?"
We have to look for more, but you are welcome to take your way out of here.
Oh, yeah, okay, will do. She's like, makes her way down here, and she's like, oh yeah, and she just immediately bends down and takes off the other one, a short bow and a spear. Arms herself and looks back at you all, and she just kind of like gives you a nod. And just
Before she leaves,
yeah.
I'm going to. The way that we heard the commotion was like from here and back up here, right?
The commotion? You mean the more recent little bit of commotion I heard? It's very faint, echoing through, as in After being in here for a minute and hearing more of it, it sounds like you can hear distant shouts, as in like the place is on high alert now, that there are intruders in the lair. As Arkin, relays a bit of that as he hears the occasional shout echo through the cave. He's like, we need to be careful. There might be more patrol parties. They're on high alert. I guess they found the bodies that we've left behind.
We haven't hid them.
True.
So, where I think there's going to be a high density of patrols, I would think it'd be like there'd be more like this way, like the way we came.
Yeah, that's initially how I said. Yeah, right now you're hearing down that way more noise, but yeah, it's hard to tell with the echo.
All right. So I'm gonna tell her that we came from down this way. I'm gonna point the other way. I said we left bodies in our trails, so it's probably best to go down that way.
Oh, thank you. Don't worry. They won't catch me this time. I'll get myself out of here. But I appreciate the tip. And you can see she now goes into the darkness and starts going very slow up against the wall, and she's stealthing. And she's pretty good at being quiet, but looks like she's stumbling in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, elves have dark vision, don't they?
Yeah.
Usually.
Do they?
I
can't remember.
That's what I mean. That's what I was curious. They used to.
Let's see.
Check.
We're learning.
Yes, they do.
Every time I
Yeah, they still got it.
Look up something. Kate, to answer your whisper, yes, absolutely, because you spent that much time for sure.
I forgot how to whisper. How do you whisper?
Was
Slash-
was for whisper as, right? But if so, that's an elf. Then scratch that. Not stumbling. I was just thinking because it was dark vision, right? So that is an elven, as I described. So she starts to sneak off.
I'll go back to Finwick and just say I sent her ahead, so if they find the bodies, they'll find her.
Excellent. Listen for the noise. We can make our way back to the main chamber. We have all the ingredients. We might be able to get through it quickly. And Lasco has advised Arkin that beyond the gray cloud is all the loot this island has collected. If you're interested.
As long as we get the
But the cloud is poison.
Arkin pipes up and says, well, he didn't quite say poison. Maybe I mistranslate it. He just said that area comes with great danger. So take that as you want. Could be poisonous. Could be something else. Me just confirmed the treasure is... That is where they hoard it. From shipwrecks. Either way, what's the plan now, folks?
GM over above game here, above table.
Mm-hmm.
How long have we been on the island? Hasn't been a night yet. We have 2 days, right?
What do you guys think? Outside travel was 15. It was only about 45 minutes ish, like less than an hour was your outside travel. And
Oh, yeah, so we've definitely been here no more than like 2 hours, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're good on time.
Okay, so are we going to go the way we originally came, like when we come out of here, keep going east, or will we go back west now?
We have a guide.
Oh, yes.
If you wish to grab some loot, there's probably a way that it's possible to. Without having to go in, maybe. If Archon has the energy, I do.
What are you saying?
I can create platform that will move, and Arkan has the ability sometimes to move things. So we together could probably snatch a thing or two and move that platform back to us to take it. Very little risk to ourselves.
Hmm. I'm not sure if there's much to loot here, though, but good to know. Never really took a look around the room. Talbot wasn't really interested.
Arca pipes up. I think she was referring to the green room of fog to the east. Is that right, Jade?
Yeah, it was.
Well, then perhaps we should check it out.
You can certainly try. Try to avoid death.
I can't speak up. It's clear that this lizard folk doesn't understand common. I assume all his conversations are in common, so I'm not adding him. He's not saying anything. He's just following, okay?
Zaylen!
Unless you speak to him in Draconic, he doesn't know. So, where's y'all going?
I guess we'll take a look at the Room of Death.
Take a look at the Room of Death.
Go to the edge of the fog.
Does it seem like it goes like up to the ceiling of the cavern? Can I like fly above it?
It's actually just... Let's see. For the most part, it goes up pretty high. Not all the way. I would say that up there you would have to fly and maneuver in around. So there's pockets where you might be able to fly in and zip in around as this unnatural fog shifts around. So you could probably make your way through in there, but might require like a simple check or two just to avoid making contact with the fog as it randomly sways in different directions.
Arkin, ask our friend how we get in.
Okay, Arkan asks him, and it says, well, let's see. If any of you step in there, it's going to be bad. From what I've heard, they have guardians of the dead waiting to get any of the living that step foot in there. That said, I do know that there are a few of our kind that are able to walk in there. They bring in the treasure as they find it, and no death awaits them.
Is this a natural thing, or do they drink some type of potion or wield some type of item before venturing in there?
No, they do not. They simply carry it in.
And with this, like, this is character not like talking, but Talbot looking at like this, like mist. Does this appear to be something natural or magical? Like, pretty much, he's going to determine if it appears to be a natural, like, poison mist.
You already,
he'll just assume it's...
You already rolled last session, and you rolled like a 20 or something. So I'll just let you
know.
Oh,
right, yes.
Now that you're looking up to it really close, it is definitely unnatural, and it's a magical fog here that is going off. Well, with that, Lasco says, let me go investigate then.
Wait.
It's the least I could do for you.
No.
Wait.
Oh, he steps back then, as you say no.
If Archon can still use his mage hand, I can drop my tensor's floating disc. Right? Oh, how do you ping? I thought it was just a click.
You just hold down.
Yeah, I can... My tensor's floating disc right here.
Okay.
And maybe he can grab some of that loot, throw it on the disc. The disc can hold, like, 500 pounds.
Okay. I like it. I like it. So what does your invisible floating disc look like? Is that all? Is it invisible or is it visible? How does that spell
Oh no,
work?
it's fully visible. It's almost like she pulls a piece of the ground up, and it'll float about 5 feet above. And then if he just wants to grab some with his mage hand, something they've probably done before in the past.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. All right. So.
We won't spend too long doing it. Maybe a couple, whatever he can grab.
Yeah, I'll let you know from there with the spells that you have and the ranges, because it's only 30 feet on this telekinesis and stuff. Let me see what you're able to do with that. Here we go. Okay. I will say roll a D3 for me, Jade, and that will be which of the 3 magical things I'm looking at are within your reach.
Slash D3 doesn't work, so it'll have to be a D6 and then half.
Oh, usually what I do is I just click the D6 and then I type backspace for the 6 and make it a 3. But you can do it every time.
Oh, I tried to do that. I must have typed wrong.
Oh no, maybe I don't know. Do whatever you want, or you just tell
Oh,
me.
I'm happy to learn. There we go. 3.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. So before I describe the really cool thing you got, I'm gonna say you managed to scoop up 10 gold coins. I'll put it in here. 10 GP, 20 SP. 50 CP, because everyone loves copper, right?
Heck yeah.
And I will say, so that's the little miscellaneous stuff you got. But the big thing you got, there seems to be some type of very fancy looking cloak there. And he lifts it up with telekinesis, drops it on your tray, and he starts scooping up with his mind a little bit at a time, as much coin as he can in that area. Puts it on your tray, and I assume you bring your tray back, right?
Yeah, I have to back up so it comes within 20 feet of me.
Okay. But you get this cloak, and let's just see here. Arkin looks it over, and he says, yes, that cloak definitely has magical properties.
A worthwhile few minutes then.
Sorry? Oh, yes, yeah. Well, just like old times.
It's been a while.
What are the rest of you guys doing while they took probably a minute or 2 to be scooping gold and a magical cloak onto a floating disc?
I would have been on lookout for guards, that's all.
Yeah,
Same here. Like seeing them doing that, I think I'll sort of go and just sort of like keep an ear or an eye out if anything's coming.
Okay.
So I'll like position myself down here.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to roll a die, and we're going to find out something. Okay. Now I'm going to roll a d10. Okay, so with that, you do hear more commotion moving around. This time it's coming from the far east as you listen. Sounds like there's some patrols to the far east, and they're getting closer, like they're making their way towards you as they're all barking out different commands. Arkin translate to basically they're saying, like, spread out, cover every area, find the intruders, that kind of typical stuff in Draconic. Otherwise, you, all of you guys, just as you basically had like 2 minutes to stand here in this hallway, you notice something that's very hard to see. I'm going to say that you've spent so much time here, I won't even make your roll perception. But written up along this wall is an engraving. And it was very hard to see. Of course, it's written in Draconic. So, can you imagine this mission if nobody spoke Draconic? It'd be totally
Sometimes
different.
it happens.
It's totally different. But Arkan, after he's done, you guys point it out to him, I guess as you're leaving, right? Because he wouldn't have been able to read it while doing telekinesis, but he reads it out and it says, strange, this writing says, I am sought by all, but granted to few. A journey without end, what am I? And as you're looking at it, Lasco looks at it, he's like, and then Arkin translates and he says, strange, you've never noticed that before. Do we move on? Arkin says. Or are you all pondering with your brains?
This is me thinking.
Yeah.
I'm pondering.
Yeah, and this one doesn't need to be like real time, but like I'm just sort of thinking.
Is it wealth or riches? That's all I can think about.
I'm thinking like youth or wisdom or immortality.
Are you saying any of these out loud, ladies?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or were they
like
just thoughts
babbling.
in your head?
Sure, I'll say it out loud.
Okay.
Nosebleed.
What'd you say, Zayla? It's a nosebleed?
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a nosebleed.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, as you're saying the things about money and then you go through all those, the very last one you said, Fancy, was immortality, which is essentially the same as what the answer is, so I'll give it to you.
Oh, nice.
The answer is eternal life. So it's kind of
Okay.
like, or immortality, right? Eternal life. I am sought by all, but granted to only a few. A journey without end. What am I? But as you say that, all of you, okay, you just feel this wash go over you all, just like this aura about you, and you don't know what it does, but it felt good.
Interesting. Do the words light up or anything?
Yep, they just kind of glow, just kind of like, the writing on the One Ring kind of thing. For a brief moment, it lights up, and then everyone in this area, including Lasco, just everyone around here, just suddenly just feels so cool, like your head's kind of whipped back a little bit. You feel like some kind of washed magical energy just swooped over you, but you're not sure what it did, but it felt good.
I think you just uncovered the password to get in the fog. Good job.
I'm glad the wall speaks common.
With that, Fancy will venture into the fog. Just a little ways.
Ooh, we could hide in there.
Okay,
I'll move my character.
Go step in.
All right, so I'm going to move. I'll go there and
Okay.
see what happens.
You step in, nothing. All you hear is just draconic voices speaking. That you already heard those before. They're like mixed in with the clouds or the fog.
I fly up above the cover. I look down and I give everyone a thumbs up and fly back into the fog.
I'll walk in.
It's fine.
I'm gonna be at the back. I'm always gonna be tracking the exit.
Good work, Fancy.
We
We don't know how long this will last, but we should be quick.
Yes.
We'll stay together.
Okay. So are you going? What's the plan in this room as you look around?
Assuming we probably only have like a few minutes, let's can we do a check just to see where we think the most valuable things are?
We would like to loot the room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Loot the room.
All right. So
Do we have a bag of holding?
The best stuff's in the back.
The initial gold and silver and copper. Did anyone mark that on a sheet? If not, I'm going to give you the total of what you get with that included.
I didn't write it on a sheet, but I just sort of I just took note of it.
Yeah, I got it in my notes.
Yeah, okay, so if you didn't actually physically put it on your sheet, that's good. So this is what you find in here, okay? You find 60 gold coins in total, it's not added into what she found. So I'm just giving you the total of what you managed to get here. 120 silver, 150 copper, 2 garnets. They're worth like 10 gold each. 1 moonstone, worth 25 gold. A brooch. Is that how you say it? A brooch? That like I can never say that word. Brooch. I knew I was saying it wrong. Brooch.
I know it's spelled brooch, but it's pronounced brooch.
I was like,
Brooch.
it's spelled wrong. Yeah.
Like roach.
Okay. I guess you. Before I describe these last 2 things, I would like anyone who's good at identifying potions to make a test for me.
I feel that would sort of be me with my alchemist supplies.
And the herbalist kits are good for identifying stuff as well. Hold on, I just read that a second ago.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you can use potions. Yeah, I've got both, so it makes no difference to me which one I use. I'll use alchemist. You use herbalism, or we can work. Well, yeah, we'll approach.
Oh no! Well, I can identify plants, so not potions. I can create a potion of healing and healers kits and antitoxins with that. But no, I would say I probably couldn't identify potions.
All right, roll it up, Talbot. See, there's 2 potions that you managed to grab, and just to see if you can identify them. You can roll.
Never rolled too well.
One's for each.
What?
It's 2 different things.
Okay.
So it's 2 different items. So.
Okay, one I rolled well, one I didn't. So I got 18 in an each.
Well, I'm just gonna say that the 18, you're confident. 1 is a potion of healing. The other one, you are not sure. Just a swirling kind of like blue and yellow with the yellowish liquid. It's like blue with a streaky yellow just going through it.
Okay. I didn't get the full list of everything you had because I was typing some other things. So do you want to quickly go over the golden items again?
Yeah, I got it typed out here. There we go.
Oh, okay.
And I typed it as fancy for some reason. So that's the total, what you're able to haul out of here in the amount of time.
Let's leave.
When do
That
we
seems
leave?
fair.
Okay. We can sort
Yeah,
that out
but
later.
it's
You don't
where
have
it's
to
at.
put it on your sheets right now if you don't want to.
Yeah, I just wanted to take note of it, that's all.
You can just put down who's taking the potion of healing and who's taking the mystery potion.
I hung out in here while we did that. Did the patrol pass? Because we were all kind of gone.
Oh, right. You were up there, right.
Yeah, like hiding in the mist. But
I'm going to say yes, for sure. It's a good point. They would have made their way down here, and even though you weren't being too quiet, they didn't really notice you, and they went on south, because they would assume, maybe from their point of view, anyone's up there is dead. So, but yeah, at one point there, as you went by, you did notice that a patrol of 4 soldiers went by and then headed south.
Make our way to the entrance.
It appears as though you've alerted the base, people.
there's a patrol of 4 that just passed going south.
So unless you want to fight dozens and dozens of more of those Sakura's warriors.
No, I think we're good.
Binwick has made it clear that he is ready to head to the entrance to try and do this, but he won't take lead until everybody's ready.
Yeah, Talbot's good.
Yeah, dude's good.
Yep.
Okay. Just in case it's relevant, we should determine who's holding the potion of healing. I already have one, so I think someone else should take it.
I also want to point out that Lasco picked up a longbow in there. It is a regular longbow. Did anyone have issues with that?
Nope.
It is not magical.
As far as Fenwick is concerned, Lasco is an unofficial member of the group until he proves otherwise.
Yeah, so he dropped the short
Until
bow
we get back to the boat.
and picked up a
Yeah.
longbow and sized it up and just started using that instead is all.
Yeah.
But otherwise, to answer, somebody asked a question, I think. Before I said that. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, I just
I
want to
didn't
know
say
who's
anything.
taking the potion,
Right, that's what it was.
just in case they need it. Who wants to hold the potion?
Well, I have one. I can give it to Arkin if he needs it.
I'll
Maybe
take
Finn?
it if you
Or
have
you?
an extra. I don't have one yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Finwick's taking it, is it? Okay.
Can you put it in one of the many bags I got here?
What do you want, in your pouch or your backpack?
Let's go with the backpack. Well, nobody's stealing things and drinking out of it again.
There you go. It is now in your backpack.
Yeah, we'll figure out the mystery potion another time. Just wanted to know about the healing potion in case someone needs it mid-battle.
Yeah. You figure, like, if you had time to study your notes and go over it all, you might be able to make another
give
check
it more
later.
time, but just a cursory look, I wasn't able to identify it.
And potions are fickle things. Like, they could have the same effect. Like, you could have 2 potions of healing, but one could be green, one could be red. Like, you know what I mean? Depends what they're crafted with and stuff. So, otherwise, for now, all is quiet as the patrol, headed off to the far west.
Okay, now's our opportunity to head east, return back.
Okay. I'm controlling these guys. I'm following you guys.
We didn't come from that direction.
We didn't? Aren't these the rugs?
Well, as you rush down here, now that you've been down that far.
Okay, we did come here, we just didn't go up, so this is a chamber we would have to pass through.
You're correct. Last time, this is the feasting chamber, but last time you headed north up here, and you did not.
And we just circled around
and
it.
you did not come this way. So now you recognize this room. But
so we can move through here.
Finwick is correct. You did not technically go through that tunnel back there.
I saw the table and the corpses.
Hey. And I think we went down this way. This is where we came from.
I'm just following you guys.
Yes.
Yes, at least. This was the warrior room, I think.
You do
Yep.
see some
I remember those corpses.
And this is empty bird cages?
Yep. Are any birds still flying around, lost?
No, they all are long gone now.
What did Fancy do with the sea turtle she was trying to rescue?
Oh, they've
I saw
they've
him in
been
my pocket.
Oh, I thought you
He's
meant
just little guy.
Well, right after a guy.
And a bunch are flopping their way out over the last.
Got like a baby turtle.
I got a little baby turtle in my pocket.
It's been about probably 10
Oh,
minutes,
the
half an
light is
hour or
gone.
more.
The lights. I can't
Oh, we
move
we
fast
lost.
enough.
Oh, who'd we lose? Who'd we lose?
I'm coming.
Oh,
I'm
you keep getting
here.
lost in the dark. Oh wait, there's Mike.
I'll just do
Okay,
this.
here we are.
And we just
Where's
appear
the-
sometimes out of dark areas. You don't realize.
Yeah, like we lost Finn, and you're just ahead of us.
Okay. And as you are here, you do hear commotion coming from the west. This is a Necker area you have not traveled yet, but you do hear shouts and commands being that way in the distance.
All right. We need to post up. One person figure out the combination to get in through the door. The rest of us keep watch and prepare for a fight.
Okay, I can start brewing up this concoction for, what was it called? The Spirit Conclave Brew, but I think I would need some assistance if anyone wants to lend me a hand.
You and Arkin. He's probably our smartest. I'll take watch with everybody else.
I'm posted up.
Okay, you two keep that corridor. Fancy. Look south a little bit, and I'll watch our backs where we just came from.
Okay.
Arkin, if you could spread out the light a bit more. I know you have the ability to make 4 lights. You could do that now.
More light, huh? You're calling for more light. All
Wait, no,
right.
is
We're
there-
holding this chamber. We're assuming they're going to find it. We don't want to be surprised.
Yeah,
It's a big light.
they'll never suspect us right here in the entrance.
Oh my! All right, let me give you one quick sec. I'm resizing.
I would
this-
tell
Oh, I never realized there was another
friend.
spot over here to the west.
Yeah, you guys said it when you first came in. Arkin went over and said, "Hey guys, we can head this way too." But you guys all decided to go towards the noise at the beginning, which
Oh,
was the
right.
east.
I completely forgot.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
there's
I
a
know
lizard
you
friend
said.
who-
I know you said south, but there's nothing south. Like there's nothing down there. I
that
don't
is the.
Well, that's where we came from. The
That's the
inside.
entrance, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
is it the entrance?
Yep.
Down here.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So then, yeah, I will. Okay, I'll stay. I'll come here. Okay.
All right, I got my lights figured out. You guys
Keep our new friend with you, Arkin. You're the only one that can understand him.
Hey, so what do we need to get started on this brew?
Okay, so as you and Arkin, you pile over the notes that he took in the original book. It instructs the reader to place the heart of the Lizard King, so he takes that out of his pocket, within the empty socket of the shaman's amulet. So I don't know who had the amulet.
Did Arkin have it?
I think so.
Okay,
I think he had it.
he takes it out and he fits it into the socket, and the amulet just glows with a purple radiant energy the moment that it's locked in. To craft the spirit concrete blue, one must mix exactly 9-ounce vial of water with the yolks from 2 nice stone skimmers. So, how you doing that?
Yep.
You're cracking some eggs and putting it in your 9-ounce vial?
Yep. I'm just gonna crack some eggs there. So I've got 2 eggs left over, but I'll crack 2 of them.
Then you gotta mash luminescent algae and Corrodaclaw acidic venom into a paste. And then add it to the liquid mixture. So you need to do that on the side first, and then mix it in that vial.
Yeah. So I'll hand what I've done so far over to Arkin as I sort of take out my Morton pestle and start making that paste until it is nice and pulpy, and add it to the liquid mixture.
Okay. Then you need to boil the liquid.
Okay, I'll sort of look to Arkin and see if he has anything to boil, since he sort of got this whole heat thing.
He looks over to Zaylin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if he didn't have it, then I know Zaylin has bonfire. So if Arkin shrugs and say "Oh, Zaylin, can you give us a bonfire over here?"
To be fair, he probably can. I
don't know if he has the spell. He might not. Firebolt wouldn't do it on its own.
I mean, he's got some fire abilities. He technically could start a fire, being a fire genasi, but I think the bonfire would work better for this.
Yeah, bonfire is a controlled fire at least, so.
Yeah, we need to collect burning things to keep a fire lit.
Yeah,
I'll look over and I'll nod, and a little fire will start right in front of you.
Hey, perfect. We have that, so I'll sort of hold the vial over so that can sort of boil over the heat.
Perfect. And just so you know, Mike, I had planned for this game, but I got busy today. I do plan, just like I made these dancing lights, I'm going to make you your own little fire token with flame animation on it that gives off a little bit of light for your little bonfire for future games. Okay.
So your bonfire is regular fire color or a different color?
Oh yeah, you can let me know that.
It's got to be a different color.
I mean, my bonfires themselves are normal. My hair does the thing whenever I cast the spell, but
they're not pink.
Oh, I was just wondering.
My fire's not pink, no.
Oh, it's disappointing.
Everyone's a little disappointed to see just normal fire.
They want it rainbow fire.
Dazzling.
Yeah.
I forgot I am dazzling Zaylin.
You forgot he's an anime Forrest Gump, guys. Come on.
I want some green, blue, yellow, pinks in my fire. Not standard red and oranges.
He just grabs that powder you can buy at any dollar store and pours it in the fire, and a little purpley flame.
Yeah, the colored smoke.
No, all of my bonfires so far have just been regular fires.
Okay. That's fine. You can make it, and it's only a click of me to change it to any color I want. So if you do change your mind down the road, I can change it. Maybe when you're level 10. You've mastered the art. All right. And then you boil the liquid. Then you need to add a single drop of lizard folk blood.
Yeah, I took some lizard folk blood. Just going to put a little drop in.
And Arkin says, now here's the tricky part. The one who wears this amulet, and he holds the amulet out in front of him, and then drinks this brew, should gain the knowledge to break the seal. So who wants to do it? And he looks around for volunteers. Above table, I'd like a player other than me to do it.
Yeah,
I'd rather Arkin not do it, because I don't want to roleplay it all out.
Yeah, and Talbot's going to suggest he doesn't do it because if there's any ill effects, he can sort of help that person out. So Talbot does not want to be the one to drink it in case he needs to help that person.
No,
Nobody
volunteers.
offers.
No
Jade will.
volunteers.
It's not fun. Has anybody told us you have to do? I know you guys are talking in the middle.
Yeah,
but
he
we're
just
kinda
said-
spread out on.
Yeah. So we're saying like, okay, it's done, but we need someone to drink it. I don't know if there's going to be any other side effects, so I think it's best if I don't drink it in case I can help you through that.
Zaylen had a nosebleed on the riddle. I don't think he's the right man for the job.
I'll drink it if you want.
Hey, over here.
Volunteers.
There you go.
I love it. It's looking for volunteers. Who wants to drink this weird ass
Talbot looks
thing?
over and like Finwick not volunteering, like, oh, you don't trust my craft, brother.
And Fancy's on a lookout, so she's not going to take it.
But
I'm in the
we have-
shadows now, like the shadowiest part of the wall.
Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to Jade. So, I guess Arkin will put the amulet on her first, and then we'll give her the potion to drink.
Yep. So Arkin places the amulet around you. You just have a glowing socketed amulet around you there now.
Delete all the items that I don't have.
Okay. I'm just bringing up something here of importance and minimizing this before I can describe to you what happens. Okay. So, Jade, you wear the amulet and he just instructs. He's just with a kind of worried look on his face. Arkin is just like, the next step is to drink the potion.
I'll grab the vial and like slam it like it was a beer.
Okay. All right. So what I'm about to describe and share an image of, only Jade experiences this, okay? Just so you know. Suddenly, as you slam this back, the whole world around you goes monochrome. In fact, I think, actually, just for extra effect... Ooh. Did your whole world just go monochrome?
It did.
Nice. That can actually change your in-game vision. Okay. So the whole world around you, everything's black and white, monochrome. And you're still here, and you can see everyone. It's got a weird haze over it. You feel a little disoriented with the sudden shift with your vision. But then as you turn around and you look towards those double doors, I'll move a light up here because of your low light human vision, you can't see well. But as you turn and look around, you see this. A spirit of some form of decaying, dead lizard folk creature, and it's standing there with its back to you, looking up at the glowing doors. And you stand behind it about 10 feet. Doesn't seem to have noticed you.
He told me this would be the knowledge I need to open the door.
That's what he said. And it's just there swaying back and forth, looking up at the door, mesmerized kind of by the glowing aura, which is only black and white to you now instead of green. And you look around and you just see all your friends on watch, looking. And, yeah.
Eyes must be like so dilated right now.
Mm-hmm. I will point out, yes, that Jade's eyes do kind of go over with a white, kind of like Storm from the X-Men.
Does the lizard folk look corporeal or incorporeal? Like, could I touch it?
looks like a mix of both. Like it's a bit of both. It's phases. It got this aura phasing off of it, so it kind of got this ethereal ghost-like essence. But there's parts of it that just seem solid. But then those solid parts go ethereal, and other parts come solid.
I think I'm gonna look out to it and say, "Do you seek entry?"
It snaps its head to you immediately as soon as you say your first word, and with that, it lets out a scream, and it flies directly at you. And it flies into you. Do you allow this thing to fly into you?
Yes, but only because I don't think I know enough about magic to think about a don't get in here.
Okay. So it is essentially it is a possession. So you're going to allow it to come in. Correct?
Yeah, I think it took her off guard.
Okay. So suddenly your vision goes black. You can't see anything. From the outside point of view, from the rest of you, as you watch this, Jade is there. Her eyes are closed. She stumbles towards the double doors. She's looking at it, and then she just goes to speak and say something. Her mouth opens, and she only gets one word out, when then suddenly she just jolts back, and her body violently shakes for a briefest of moments, like 1 second, and then she just stands there completely still. How do any of you react, or do you just stand there looking at it?
I just simply say, fear you may have killed her brothers.
No, I'm gonna do like a check to see how she is.
What kind of check?
I'm gonna do like a medicine check
Okay.
because I don't see. We never saw the spirit. I don't know anything else that's going on.
Okay.
So, and this is why I didn't drink it, just to sort of see. So I'm gonna make a medicine check to see how she is if she's having just a really bad trip.
Okay.
Oh wait,
It's a
I rolled a nat 1, but, and I forgot to do this last time. I'm gonna use my halfling luck.
Oh.
I can re-roll that one, but I have to take the new result even if it's a 1.
Well, it can't be worse than a
so-
1, so.
Yep. So it could just be another one though.
I find it funny that it
let's see.
says that because it's like, well, duh. It can't be any worse anyways. Okay.
Okay. 15.
All right, medicine check. Yeah, she seems healthy enough, like physically. Mentally, she seems to be almost like in a comatose state, like just standing there, nothing else. Just like somebody who's in a coma, but just standing there. Eyes white, totally motionless.
Okay. I'll sort of say, like, she doesn't seem fine. She's not poisoned or anything, but it must be something more arcane. Not my area of expertise if anyone wishes to provide any insight.
You started to say something before you went mute. I believe. Maybe she was trying to spell something.
I think Archon would probably do Arcana to figure it out at this point.
Exactly. I just had him step up there. I just want to hear what Finwick was saying. So he's up there looking her over in a bit of a state of panic. His best friend is here and going through something traumatic, and he's trying to get a grasp on what's happening. Kind of grabbed by he goes, and then he reaches in and grabs her by the shoulders to try to turn her around to get a good look at her eyes. The moment Arkin puts both hands on her shoulders, Jade shrugs shoulders back, throws her arms back, and with tremendous force, Arkin bumps through Talbot and sends both of you flying back about 10 feet as you tumble together. It's up to you if you want to avoid that, I guess, but technically, in an instant, it's like this thing just shrugged Arkin off and sent him violently backwards into you. So, if you want to do a dex save to avoid it, to be cool, you can. Otherwise, you both go tumbling.
Yeah, I'm going to do a dex save.
All right.
I dodge out of the way.
You were able to sidestep instead of him plowing into you. Otherwise, with that, Jade, we go back to you. Jade, from your point of view now, actually, you have no point of view. Everything is black to you. You have no idea what's happening. To the rest of you, you all now see Jade begin to speak in Draconic and swirling her hands around in front of the door. And as she does, a green energy that matches that of the door is flowing from one hand to the next, and she's chanting power words in Draconic. And this goes on for about 30 seconds so far. Is anyone doing anything? Other than Arkin pipes up and it's just like, she's conjuring some type of magic. Old magic. Draconic magic. I don't know what Johnny would say.
He sounds worried. Should we be worried?
How loud is she being?
Oh, pretty loud, like a low shout, like a loud voice. Just talking
Right.
too loud.
Does it seem like the door is reacting to what she's saying?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
So, this is what we want to happen, right? We just let her do her thing.
I don't know, Arkin says.
I'm just gonna move closer to the door and just keep an eye out.
Protect her.
Give it a few more seconds.
I just gonna look to Lasco and just sort of ask, like, is this what's supposed to happen?
Arkin translates, of course, and says he doesn't know, just that is the protected chamber of our long deceased lizard lord. And he says he's never stepped foot in there. It wasn't his place. Well, with that, but another 10 seconds go by, when suddenly, with the final last shout of a power word, the magical barrier dissipates in front of you. The green glow aura is no longer there. And Jade turns and looks to you all. Arms now flop down to her side. Her eyes are still white. But now, Jade, do you want to try to gain control of your body back?
Yeah, it's kind of black in here.
I assume when you're stuck in a black void of nothingness, you'd panic and probably try to get your body back.
Yeah, like this doesn't feel like solving the riddle. It feels like death.
Exactly. All right. So, okay. I guess this would be a charisma save. Let's go with a charisma check.
Okay.
Okay. With a 14, I'll say that there is a fight. So that is going to last about 30 seconds. So would you like to describe how you battle with this ancient lizard folk spirit that is trying to stay in your body, but you're trying to fight your way back out?
I think exteriorly it's like twitchy hands and fingers that are bending and uncurling, going from like human hands at comfort to like lizardy claws. And then probably like strange like head movements. Like unnaturally weird as like it fights to be more lizardy and I fight to be more human and like get back to what I'm used to.
Yeah, like you're snapping with these kind of like primal roars and things, you know, some like a lizard transformation kind of thing, like, you know. Yeah, very cool, very cool. All right, so with that, I will return your vision back to normal, so you no longer have to see in black and white. With that, you gain vision. Her pupils go back to normal, and the shock makes you fall on your butt on the cave floor, and whatever was trying to then continue to possess you past the spell's effect. You seem to have forced it out through sheer willpower. Or the strength of your character with charisma. Otherwise, that is where you
Is
are.
Eric still in his butt?
He gets up and comes over and checks on you. What happened? Are you alright?
Yeah, I think I'm alright. There was a giant lizard that leaped into me and made everything dark. Is the door open?
I'm just glad you're okay. The barrier is gone. I guess we can proceed. I will, however, that was pretty loud, so I'm going to do a check. Perception check for nearby things, but you guys can all still do what you want while I'm bringing this up.
I'll start moving towards the door to get in.
Okay, now at this point you do hear the commotion, the pounding of footsteps running in your direction from this side. Clearly they are alerted to what sound they just heard.
Hey, let's best head on through.
Lasco shouts out something, and then Arkin quickly translate. Lasco's asking, does he join us or does he flee?
He should flee. He's not in fighting condition.
Tell him to hide near the entrance outside. If we make it out before his companions, he's welcome with us.
Alright, he nods, and with that he turns to run and dash at 10 feet and then a dash at another 10 feet. So, he's hobbling his way out as best he can. You come up to this door before you, two great iron doors in front of you. What is the plan? They have big handles on them. Looks like they can be pulled open towards you.
Try to open it.
There you go. You may open the door.
I'm gonna start heading.
Lizard jumps and Zalen.
Is everybody rushing in?
Oh, yes, yeah.
The question is, are you doing anything with the door? Leaving her wide open, or are you closing it?
Probably close it.
Jaime.
All right. So, as you enter into this area, it is a striking departure from the cave tunnels that you've traversed. This chamber features constructed floors and walls through the ceiling. This chamber features constructed walls and floors, though the ceiling remains hidden in the darkness above. At the room's center stands a towering 15-foot tall shrine depicting an unfamiliar giant lizard-like creature. At the base of the shrine, a wooden totem is intricately carved to represent a reptilian head with a serpent's body coiling around it. This totem is encased within a purple dome of magical energy. In front of the dome are some magical runic symbols that are etched into the stone. So before you say anything else, I have some images to share. Let's see. This is what you see inside of the purple dome. So it's an important image because this is what you see before you. I really need to set the scene here. Y'all see that?
Nice.
Yeah.
A bit more grand than I anticipated, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be that great. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not expecting that.
It is a towering 15-foot shrine depicting a giant lizard-like creature. Yeah, so at the base of the shrine again, wooden totem as the totem that I shared to you there, and the totem is encased in a purple dome of magical energy, and in front of the dome are magical runic symbols etched into the stone. Now, as you all witness that, as you come in, suddenly, I would like everyone to roll perception for me, and why is Finwick breakdancing? That's a good question.
That was
I know
breakdancing.
he's upside down.
Yeah.
I'm not upside down.
Or,
No,
or
shut
Talbot.
up.
Talbot.
Oh, I was?
You're upside down.
How do I fix that? Oh, wait.
On your character and roll. Like scroll the mouse wheel.
Oh, wait, we're doing
There you go.
perception.
That was weird.
I
Perception.
see the whole world all at once.
Where's perception?
Ooh, nice. 23.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm actually going to roll in private real quick, so you don't see what the name of this thing is, and see who
And
beats it.
maybe Arkin rolls as well.
Yeah.
Oh, him with his -2? Yeah, I'll roll.
You gotta roll.
He could roll on that 20, which
Actually-
still would only.
Yeah, actually.
The
even with-
real question is, does this thing look like it's gonna come alive and eat us?
Oh, it's absolutely going to come alive.
Because
Like,
in Tomb Raider, it would.
in Tomb Raider, yeah.
we're literally
in Tomb
raiding a
Raider,
tomb
it
right
would.
now.
Okay, so we got our checks up. This thing rolled a 22. Did anyone beat it? Who we got?
I
20
did.
23 and
Jake
Jade.
rolled a 22.
Jade.
Yeah, and I rolled a
that
23.
Are you rolled a 20?
Yeah, you
Oh,
rolled.
no.
Oh, wait. No, you rolled an 18, I think.
All right. So because of that, because at least one of you did it, this thing will not get a surprise round for a said ambush. So, as I close this off, now the thing is I'm going to reveal it first, but then I need to move it. It's technically not where I'm going to reveal it.
I guess.
Where's
We're going to fight a T-Rex.
Nope.
Godzilla.
With that.
Zombie T-Rex.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. All right. So as you are there and you walk in and your eyes go wide, you're trying to take in everything that's in this chamber, and you slam the door behind you and you move forward. With that, you hear. Well, first you look up just out of the darkness above you. This massive thing is technically dropping down right here. So I think the very first thing will be dexterity saves, just to see if you can dive out of the way or if you're going to get crushed. It's not technically an attack, but you're able to shout at everybody, and I'll give you dex saves just to get out of the way, because this big ass thing, which I'm about to describe, is coming.
Yeah, I do think it's great that the two of us up front were the ones that noticed it.
Yeah, that's true. So give me dex saving throws, and it won't be too bad because you rolled really high perception. I'll give advantage for Jade because she had to roll a crit, didn't you? You rolled a
I
net.
rolled a 18, I think. My modifier was 2, but it must have been something.
Oh, okay. I thought you rolled nat 20, but that's fine. With that, you can easily sidestep off to one side. What you see here now is a.
You drop a snake on me in your other campaign.
I did. I
Yep.
apologize. I apologize. That already
Eddie
happened
has
in
a habit of
Shadowback.
dropping snakes on us. Like, we had snakes dropped on us at a campaign years ago, and it almost killed us.
I love dropping snakes. Get used
I only
to it.
ever look up from now on. I never walk under a tree.
Yeah.
Hey, if it works, it works. All right. In Shadowdark, it fell on you in one shot. You remember? You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Horrible.
Well, you only had, like, 4
I don't
HP
have. I
or
have like
something?
yeah. I have no
Okay.
hit points.
So with this is a massive black-scaled serpent falls from the shadows above and was going to crush you as you dive to the side, and it lands on the ground. Not a typical giant snake by any means. It is something different. Would anyone like to roll nature? Can try to identify what type of creature this is.
It could be fun.
Sure, why not?
They are pretty rare, so it's not going to be a
I
low roll.
don't
to
think
get.
I got it.
I probably
Oh.
won't get it.
I
And
think someone has it. Who rolled the... I think Finn might have it.
Finn might have it.
Okay, is that everyone? All right. I'm not rolling for Arkan because he's not here. So, for the rest of you, it only goes Fenwick with a 17. I will tell you know its name. It is known as a quill viper. And they are covered in spikes, where you can clearly see that, but they use their quills and spikes to their advantage. They're almost like massive anacondas, except when they constrict you and try to crush you, they have barbs on them, essentially, and quills that will stick into you. And I will also say that they are poisonous.
That
Okay.
just sounds like fun.
So I'm going to say,
It is a nasty big creature that's rarely found in the wilds, but it is nature. It's not.
I've only
magic.
heard a story about this. I think it's a quill viper. If it wraps you up, its quills will poison you.
And that's all you get to say as it slams down and looks up, and right before... we'll just roll initiatives. All right, everybody, the next episode will be here on the screen if it's available at this time. Otherwise, if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on the adventure, share this with your friends if you want to help this channel grow, and as always, stay in the light.